Where you're at right now is perfect. Just forget about who you're comparing yourself to for one moment and remember that we're completely, beautifully unique beings on completely unique paths. And that means we're gonna go through things and we're gonna experience things in different times and in different ways. So it's time for us to love the process, to fall in love with the journey, and take ourselves lightly. Ja! Rastafaro. I've been posting videos on here for a while now, but I still haven't shared my story with y'all. And I think that can lead y'all to believe that I was either always like this or I just became like this overnight. But that's the furthest thing from the truth. So today we're gonna start to unpack my story in hopes that it helps y'all take yourselves a little bit lighter, like it lets you enjoy the process a little bit more and stop being so hard on yourselves. For those of y'all who don't know, I've been a basketball player for most of my life and at a high level, at a national level, which means I had access to some of the top coaches, some of the top nutritionists in the country. And that would make you think that I knew how to take care of myself and I knew how to take care of my body. But it's the furthest thing from the truth. One of the worst things that I remember is we had this nutritionist come in and she said, if you're trying to gain weight, you can have Dairy Queen Blizzards or McDonald's McFlurries right before you go to bed because that's gonna give you more calories. And the only thing that matters is that there's more calories in than more calories out. And I also had a coach who was supposed to be one of the best coaches in the country, who made us all eat pasta and meat sauce before the game because he read in a study that this is how you fuel up. 3 to 4 hours before a game, you eat pasta and meat sauce. Guess what? After every single game, I was sick. Even at halftime, I was sick to my stomach. And after the game, I couldn't enjoy it. I couldn't have fun with the team. I was there just about to throw up, just sitting on the toilet. And that took place 6 years ago. And to put it into perspective, I became plant-based under 2 years ago, which means it took me around 4 years to come up upon a way of eating that fulfills me on all different levels, spiritually, mentally, physically, and also helps me feel like I'm doing something great for my body. And it was in those 4 years that I gained a lot of that basis, a lot of that groundwork for how I live my life today. Even though within those 4 years, not a lot of progress was made, like I was confused, I was lost, I was so unsure of how I was supposed to be eating, I was asking questions and I was curious. And from there, I was getting answers. Like for one example was I was questioning about how different foods make me feel as opposed to looking at the calorie content. So we were eating these heavy protein shakes, these big weight gainer protein shakes. It wasn't making me feel good at all. Like I was feeling sick. I was just sick. I was living like half of my day on the toilet. So it wasn't a good feeling. So I don't know how I came upon these, but I tried hemp seeds. And once I found hemp seeds, like this amazing source of protein, but they just made me feel so good. They made me feel so full. And I felt like I was still getting the results that I desired. It started to change my mind and start to put more power into, hey, there's some things out there that we're not being taught. And I have to continue to go deeper. And the deeper I went, the less I started to care about the amount of calories that I was getting into my body, and the more I started to care about the quality of those calories. Like what was in my food? Like what was in my meat? And when I looked into that, I saw there was hormones in there. I saw that there was antibiotics in there. And that was something that I knew I didn't want in my body. So it led me to start looking for more sustainable meat sources. And I went for the grass-fed meat, the meat without hormones, the meat without antibiotics. But that became expensive. And you know, I just kept looking into it. And I would say about 4 years ago, was the moment when I decided, hey, I don't want to eat meat. I don't want to eat fish. I don't want to eat any chicken. I want to go fully plant-based. And how did I start? I didn't. I was just there knowing that's what I wanted to do, but I had no clue of how I wanted to do it. And I didn't really have that oomph, that like push to go do it, go make it happen. So, you know, 3 years ago, I was still eating like ground turkey meatballs and, you know, like salmon and chicken breast and chicken wings, thinking that that was healthy for me because it was organic. And from elders like Dr. Sebi and Priest Kailash, I was given that oomph, that like extra push that I needed to start taking the steps necessary for me to go fully plant-based. Because by that time, about 3-4 years ago, I realized that that was what's best for my body. So what I did, I was never eating pork. I wasn't eating pork. I grew up in an Egyptian household, so I never ate pork. But I cut out beef, and I cut out beef for about 1 year, and I didn't do anything else. Then a year later, I cut out chicken. And you know, still I was eating beer fish. I was eating so much fish, so much fish, so much fish. And then I went to Zanzibar. And in Zanzibar, I was just eating a lot of fruits because it's just blessed there. Like, there's so many fruits. And I remember staying at a hotel. And at this hotel, they had this chickpea and squash ragu. And they had some mashed squash and some avocado on the side. And I was sitting there out at the dock. It was such a beautiful day. And at that moment, I was like, I can eat this meal every single day. And I still eat that every day, right? What you making for dinner?
Raw pasta salad.
Come on, you ruining my video. It's supposed to be chickpea and squash ragu. But the point is that it took me over 4 years for me to come up on something that I felt comfortable with. And there's some few keys that I want y'all to take home that I learned within those 4 years. And one of those is to do it on your own time, to do it on your own way. Like, stop comparing yourself to others. You know, it might have been someone on a 10-year journey to get to where they're at, and you may be 1 month in. Take it easy on yourself. Allow yourself to go through the process and allow yourself to take your time. Because remember, this is a lifestyle change, right? So we want to make it so it's for the long term. We don't care about these short-term changes. We want to make this long-term, sustainable changes in our life. And that means it's going to have to be something that's on our terms, right? And the next thing is to have fun with it, to enjoy it. You know, I never said throughout that whole time is I'm never going to eat meat. I'm never going to eat chicken. I'm never going to eat fish. I always took it from the perspective of, let me just stop eating chicken this week. Let me stop eating beef this week. Let me see how I feel. And I felt good. I felt amazing. I felt light and great. So then I just didn't eat it again. That's why to this day I don't say I'm a vegan, because I haven't taken the vow that I'm never eating meat. I feel great not eating meat, so I don't eat meat and I eat plant-based. So it's a way that we can use ourselves as experiments. We can have fun. We can be playful about it. Get that childlike spirit in the way we do things. So it's some enjoyability. You know, you can start to have fun with it. And, you know, just take it lightly, y'all. And just remember that we're all on our own paths. We're all on our own journeys. And, you know, just honor it, enjoy it. And it's a beautiful one. And from that journey, from that path, is where you're going to get all those blessings that you're going to be able to share with others. All those lessons that you're going to be able to share. That if you went right into it, you may not have learned that. Right? So there's a lot of blessings that come along with taking your time and just enjoying the process. So thank y'all for tuning into this video. You know, if you got any more questions about that, you know, I can go deeper. I just wanted to give you a quick little run, like a summary of how I came about, and that it wasn't overnight. So if you're wondering why you haven't gone and done yours yet, made the transition, take it easy. You got time. You know, do it in a way that's going to make you feel good. All right, y'all. So thank you for tuning in. Ja Rastafaro.